members of the Phantom Thieves.
You'll always be a part of us.
Nothing could sever the bond we forged over such high stakes.
And we'll never forget the great times we had together.
I know you'll be a fantastic companion to Ichinose-san. Sophia, stay safe out there.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Well, all things considered, have fun summer vacation.
Let's keep at it, Sophia. You know you can call anytime.
You'll always be a friend to us. Yeah.
Thank you all. I promise, I won't forget you or our time together. We'll meet again.
Yeah, no matter what.
Where I have a fleeting cameo in a future game.
No matter what.
Goodbye.
Where I'm dangled in front of the audience as a remember that Sophia was a character. Yusuke's not looking at the camera. Alrighty. It was a good game. It would be better if it wasn't terrible. But it's good. I feel bittersweet, but in a very different sort of way than I did at the end of Persona 5 Royal. At the end of Persona 5 Royal, it was like... They did that shit so well. That thing that I'm talking about, where I want change and, like... I want the hourglass to move forward. That was so good! The fucking... That was the whole point of Royal. Was that you can't stay in this frozen moment forever. Things change. Summer ends. Royal is so good. And this game doesn't have half the, like... I don't know what the word is. It doesn't have that core spirit to it that Royal did. Where it was actually willing to grab the Phantom Thieves by the throat and, like, force them to be real people. This game does have my friend Katsu from online. And this game is good. It's very good. I really liked this, and I'm glad I played it, and Sophia is, like, my favorite character in the Persona series at this point, probably. But they ended up not being able to... cross that same threshold that Royal could. I actually feel like weirdly soured on the game now. Is that unreasonable of me? I feel like that last scene, like, kind of reveals the whole facade. It, like, breaks the illusion. It makes it so obvious that we don't... Sophia's been saying nothing this whole game other than how much she loves being with the Phantom Thieves and how awesome we all are. The Phantom Thieves go their separate ways is how it always ends. I suppose. It feels unusual, though.
He should be out any second.
You should do the epilogue on stream.
There!
Like, the rest of the Phantom Thieves didn't, like... We didn't focus on where they're going and what they're doing like we did in Royal. They're just kind of like a unit. It's just the Phantom Thieves
So,
and Sophia.
So we'll go our separate ways once more.
It's a little sad.
come on. It's never goodbye forever.
Oh my god.
We'll be back in a flash. Sure will.
Fuck you guys. You're just here to, you're just proving me wrong. Shut up. Stop it.
Until next time, Phantom Thieves.
Fucking heard you was talking shit. Yeah, seriously. It's not that funny. My face blocked it, but there's a silhouette of Ichinose and Sophia. Okay. Okay, I'm not so sure I want to read the epilogue. The problem is I get like all sentimental right at the end of stuff like this, and if it's bittersweet and like kind of sad, it's gonna ruin my night. I hate to say it. I'd rather read it tomorrow, if that's okay. When I'm like in a more emotionally stable place and I'm like, oh, I'll read Katsu's thing. I wonder if it's interesting. Rather than all like deep in this. I'm like in love with these characters right now. And I'm so sad that they're splitting up and I want to see Akechi back again and all of this stuff. I'm like 1,000,000% invested. And if I read a thing where they're like, oh, I'm kind of sad with the current state of affairs, I'm gonna be like, ah! And I'm gonna be so sad I can't go to bed. So I will pass. I'll read it tomorrow though. Maybe I'll even record myself reading it and the fact that I cry anyway. I don't know. I still feel pissy about the fact that Sophia left everybody. Even though I understand what you're saying, and the Phantom Thieves all going their separate ways is true, and it is the way that these sorts of things end, but it feels different. It feels like the narrative is posing it as a more permanent thing for her than it is for everybody else. Same thing with Zenkichi. Like, Zenkichi was a member of the Phantom Thieves, but now he's off living his own life. He's doing all that shit. If the Phantom Thieves get back together, I'm not sure if Zenkichi would be there. And to me, that makes sense. That seems reasonable. He's a grown-ass man, and if he's not, like, personally invested in whatever the Phantom Thieves are doing, I don't know if he would show up for it. Like, who cares? Why, like... If we called him and we were like, hey, we're having legal troubles, can you help us? Or like, we need an in with the police, can you help us or something? He would probably do that. But like, just like, oh no, dude, some other person got access to the cognitive science research and is causing change of hearts and fucking killing people with it. Help us. He'd be like, well, that sucks. Sorry, I'll do the best I can from the sidelines. And it feels like that's the same way that they're posing Sophia. They're like, we'll be sure to see you again, I promise. And it's like, yeah, in the same way that we'll probably see Zenkichi again at some point. But is she a full member of the Phantom Thieves? Are we going to get back together and be like, oh man, we gotta have Sophia here, and Sophia's gonna leave her and come help us with whatever? Maybe? I don't know. That's kind of the problem that I am feeling. It's so hard to articulate. I don't know what it is. It just feels inauthentic. It feels like... I don't know. I can't put words to the sensation of negativity that I feel with that. I'm not sure. Taking a step back, now that we're finished with the whole game, overall thoughts. Very, very, very good. I really loved it. The thing that Pantha has said, like, a bunch of times is that the game is really awesome. It's such a shame that it sucks ass. That's, like, right on the money, I think. The combat was really good early on, and most of the way through the mid-game. By the end, it was a little bit overstaying its welcome. It was a little bit boring. I wish there was maybe, like, 10% more depth to it. It doesn't have to be Devil May Cry. I love Musou games more than I love Pantha's Family. This is a statement. Sometimes you make statements like this. This is a statement where I don't understand either half of the equation. I don't know what Musou games are, and I don't know how high of, like, in how high esteem you hold Pantha's Family. I assume not that high. But also, what are Musou games? I don't know what that means. Like spectacle fighters? Like the third-person beat-em-up kind of style thing? Dynasty Warriors clones. Okay. So you like it better than Pantha's Family. Okay. All right. I don't know if that gives me much information. But I liked it in general. It felt really cool. When all the, like, when all the cylinders are firing and you, like, do a showtime just at the right time and target the enemy's weakness and all the stuff. It feels really cool. The particle effects were a little bit too much for you to be expected to reasonably dodge the enemy's attacks, which was a little bit annoying sometimes, unless you let the enemy, like, define the entire form of the encounter and, like, never use anything that creates particle effects. The story was good. It delved into some of the characters in a way that I was hoping it would. Sophia was an absolute standout and was phenomenal throughout the entire game. I wish that the game wasn't sexist. There were a lot of scenes where someone will say something and it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? You really get the author's, like, inability to comprehend the concept of a platonic relationship between a man and a woman at a bunch of different points in the game. What else? I can imagine at some point in the distant future replaying Persona 5 if I got the hankering for it. It's conceivable to me. I would never replay this. I don't think the gameplay has enough depth to it to be enjoyable in a second run through. And I don't think that the characters have much to them outside of that kind of like surface level, oh, I love seeing my friends from video game, which is nice, and I do enjoy that. And it was definitely enough to carry like 99% of the character interactions for this whole game, but it would not carry a second playthrough, I think. Whereas Persona 5 base game had so much going on with its character dynamics and arcs and stuff that I could play it a second time and still get just as much enjoyment out of it. So good, very good. Not as good as Persona 5 Royal. Probably on par with base game Persona 5. Not as good as Royal. Not as good as Third Semester. That's my review. I'm glad I played it, though. Gets a big thumbs up from me. Okay. Well, for our next stream, we will be playing a porn game. It's a yaoi game that Panta has been asking for. That will happen on Discord. I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to stream... Which way is it? This, all of this, to Discord. Because then I could record it picture-in-picture like this. And then when it gets edited and uploaded to YouTube, it wouldn't be too dramatically different from a normal stream kind of thing. So that's exciting. We'll probably do it on my next day off or whenever, maybe Sunday, because I know Sundays I tend to work the early shift, and then I get off at 6, which gives me like an hour or two before I start working I start doing this at 8 o'clock. If I render Kataga into sticky goop-like consistency, is that Katagak? If I transformed into a large prairie mammal, would that be a Katayak? If I gave an open palmed hit across the face to a deadly enemy of mine, would that be a Kata Smack? A Kata Thwack? If I were one of the enemies in Super Mario Sunshine that throws you 100 feet up into the air, would I be a Kata Quack? Kata Whack? That's me. That was me in the fucking timeline thing. That's so embarrassing. And then you could drive away. Me trying to understand the message that you just sent. Let me rack my brain about this. Me when I'm in a mafia and I'm instructed by my boss to pull over on the side of the road and shoot someone that's not doing a good job in the back of the head. Hey, you want to give me you want me to give him a cat a whack for you? You want to whack him? You want to cat a whack him? What else? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be Catawhack Cadillac. Okay. If you did Cadillac with L's, that would be pretty good. I got the joke. It's just me again then. I'm sorry that I guess my brain is melting. I don't know what it is. I'm in Discord getting hammers for catawhacking. I apologize that I'm, I guess, not funny and really stupid. And like overly negative for the past couple, for like the ending. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be entertaining, but still being honest about the way that I feel. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be, like, upsetting or something. I don't know. But yeah. Hopefully it shouldn't be too long before we start the stream of the porn game. So that's exciting. I'm actually really excited for it because you've been hyping it up so much. I can't wait. Yeah. I will see the two of you sometime soon. I love you. Thank you for spending time with me. Good night. Goodbye. Thank you.